Hey friends, it's Carla from Creative Love Affair, and I'm here today for the Shotz blog. We're showcasing some new product that's available in the store now. It's the Gone Camping line from Cartabella and the Tim Holtz 3D lumber embossing folder from Sizzix. We've got some Pink Fresh alphas, and I'm making a pocket page today. And so I previously made a pocket page scrapbook layout as well as a 12 by 12 layout, and I'll link to those as well as a walkthrough of all these fun supplies. So what I'm doing is using some of the backs of the cards that I made and making them into a card to use on the opposite side. The wood grain is from that lumber embossing folder, and the 3D effects are so cool. And I added some distress ink to give it a little bit of highlights along those ridges. Now I'm just cutting some of the elements from the Cartabella Gone Camping line. There's a cut apart sheet with some 3x4s and some smaller borders, and so I just kind of cut things and layered them. Then I'm using this little compass sticker, and I added a little piece of twine, and I'm adding some sequins as well. The Just Moosin' Around journaling card is from one of the 12 by 12 cut apart sheets, and I added that in as is. And just having some fun, just creating some journaling cards and adding some elements to this camping page. I also added some Kaisercraft gems. Now you can see I grabbed that little cut apart journaling card that's 3x4, and I'm using the pretty blue plaid that came on the back of that. The Cartabella paper has such a lovely thickness and texture. And I added one of the elements from the die cut ephemera pack. Now I'm taking the stamp set, which is really awesome. The stamps work lovely, and I'm using some Distress Oxide ink. I'm just adding a few little stars to the top of that ephemera piece, and then stamping Discover on the bottom of the card. And these are really nice just to add little elements, or you can actually even make some stamped embellishments and to layer onto your page. So I really just had fun layering and adding some die cuts and some stamps. This little guy stamped and colored was very cute, and I kind of kept the papers coordinating with that border that's on the top right. I used that again on the bottom left, and then I used a die cut, cloud die cut, and just stamped one of the stamp sentiments in it, added some ink around the edge with my Distress Oxide ink, and layered the clouds on. And the stamps are really, really fun to use with scrapbooking. I'm using some of this awesome wood paper, and I just cut it to 4x6, and then I added in some elements from the cut piece of cardstock that I embossed with that lumber embossing folder. I cut out a little square, or half of a square, from the sheet that was filled with little squares of emblems that you can find throughout the paper pack. And I just rounded the corners and added it like a little tab. And then I added a little piece from the die cut pack, which is absolutely full of things that you can add to your camping pages. I'm adding a few more sequins and another one of those pretty gems, and I had written on right directly on the paper with a black pen. I wrote my journaling on there, and this was funny because my husband is so safety conscious, and he was showing the girls how to whittle, and I could tell he was struggling with the safety of it, but he was watching them quite closely, and they actually had a really good time. So there's a look at all those elements that I combined to make the whole page, and I hope you'll stop by the blog and get a look at some close-ups, and go check out the Scrap Shotz store to see all the fun new products that are in the shop. And I would love for you to like and subscribe. I hope you have an awesome day and have a great week. Thanks for stopping by.